Many stones are told to be precious, but only real pressure forge diamonds. Diamonds are forever.
All right, you guys, so we are back inside the home. So let me show you guys what we're doing. So I actually got this kind of lighting up here. Okay, no problem. So to take this box off, there's two screws, one on this side and another one up there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I just almost like ripped this one down. As you can see, I broke it. Probably gonna have to wood glue it back up. And then this is the light we gotta replace. So I'm probably gonna go to Home Depot, get something to fit inside of there because I don't mind how these look. So I'm gonna add that to my list, but today we're gonna rip up. I'm not gonna say rip out, but today we're gonna take these cabinets down and then we're gonna end up trimming this to the specs of the new refrigerator. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna probably just follow this line to the windowsill and just cut this whole thing down here should move. And we're gonna move that over. I don't foresee us putting a dishwasher in there. We rarely use the one that we have at home, so it just makes it that much easier. I went out, bought that Ryobi saw, and we're gonna start by taking out these cabinets right now, pull those down, and then I'll relocate those to the basement, and I'll use them for something down there. I don't want to destroy those, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna just show you guys really quick. So we painted this. It used to be that color. We made a couple of oopsies. It's okay. We're not professionals. And then what I'm gonna try to do is try to install some recessed lighting along the wall. And then I'm gonna go get a couple of Wiz light bulbs if they have them at Home Depot to replace for that for now. And then I'll show you guys in here. It's kind of hard to tell, but looks like I'm gonna have to get a few more Wiz light bulbs because those are really dim. But we repainted in here. Like I said, it's really hard, but we did it I think it's a smoky white color. And then I'll show you the other room. This room got a lot of graffiti on it. Sorry, I'm walking around with the tripod fully extended. And then this one, we painted it a brown color. My family, my lady and my sister did that. And then we got a bunch of stuff to sand off of here. I gotta find my my hand sander. And then we're gonna be doing the floors in here. So today I'll be going to Home Depot, going to get the edger so that way I could start the edging process first, get all that done and out the way, and then I'll come in with the big sander because with the edger I'll probably have to do inside the closets and around all the edges of the room and stuff. So, and then this door says Lulu Sexy Bonjour Mon Chéri. I don't know what that means. And then this is like back to the kitchen. So now we're gonna do the cabinets, take those out. I brought my headlamp. All right, so I took off this one. I'm not gonna put it back on there to like reenact it. I thought I was recording, but I'm not. I'm just, when it comes to like specific stuff like this, I get aggravated pretty quick. So I wasn't recording, and yeah, I'm not gonna put it back up there. But there was only two screws holding it in, top on bottom, and it was like really janky. Like, I'm so glad I didn't trust that to put any dishes or anything in. I'm gonna take out these bottom screws inside. Let me show you guys really quick. There's only 4 screws in here total. So you got 1, 2 on that side and 1, 2 on this side. And then we're gonna take those off. I'm gonna start with the ones on the bottom. These screws aren't even in studs from what it feels like because they keep spinning. That one might be. That one's not because it keeps twisting. Yeah, there's only 2 screws. Like, I want to show you guys really quick. So it's actually starting to back out a little bit. So give me 1 second. I'm going to adjust the camera angle. Do we have pliers or anything up here?
I don't think so. I didn't see any other tools.
Okay. Seems like this is the screw over here that's holding it all in. So it seems like this is the screws up here that's holding this whole cabinet up. Alright, so that's pretty reassuring that they used a wooden shim to hold that whole thing up there. And the way I see it, I got a pretty decent cabinet. All I gotta do is just get my stud finder and then hang them up somewhere useful downstairs. What I'll probably do is hang them up near the where we're gonna do the laundry, so that way we could just put the laundry detergent and Tide Pods and just, you know, those are very delicious, and we got to keep those out of the way of the kid. And we just started buying him Capri Suns, and you know, Capri Suns got those pointy straws, easy for sipping out the juice of Tide Pods. So yeah, we gotta get that going. So, but yeah, this is the space up here. I'm gonna pull off that wooden shim. I'm probably gonna dust off that area really quick. Like just wipe it down really quick, because I don't really care that it's not painted right now, because I think eventually we're gonna end up painting the kitchen. We just haven't decided on a paint color yet. We were thinking about doing the same green as the living room, but we're not really sure. It might just be too much green. So yeah, and then that noise you hear in the background is my son playing Monster Jam. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, move this cabinet out the way, and then let me just put my headlamp back on. So we're gonna move this cabinet out the way, and then we are going to I'll show you guys in a second. Alright, so I'm gonna just pull this off. Some wooden shims is some pretty decent work there. And then now we're gonna start cutting up the counter, but first we gotta move over the little storage. Alright, so the goal is we're gonna move this entire piece over to the left, and then we're probably gonna cut as far as to the windowsill, because or at least to the ledge, because that's where the new fridge is gonna sit. That's why I'm not really worried about painting it right now, because the fridge is gonna hide it anyway, and the fridge is gonna be a double wide fridge that I gotta move from home. I gotta order from Home Depot. I already got it picked out. I was supposed to deliver it I was supposed to get it delivered earlier, but I ended up canceling the order because when I came here to the house a second time, I realized that this space was just way too small. So before I start cutting into this, I want to try to move this over and see how it does. See if there's anything that I got to do to remove it. I hope it's not screwed to the ground. So you want to try to move it over while I?
Yeah.
Oh. Give me that drill. Please. This board down here on the floor is actually screwed in, so I'm gonna take these screws out. To help shimmy. But
Like
I think it's screwed into the wall.
the bottom.
The bottom
The
is?
bottom is like not moving at all. The top is, the bottom.
Interesting. I'll do this up. Turn the camera off. Alright, so what I just did off screen was that front faceplate down at the bottom. I just ended up knocking that off with a chisel and a hammer. Sorry, a chisel and a hammer. And now it seems like it wants to move a little bit better. So we're gonna go ahead and try that now. Alright. So I'll lift it again and try to shimmy it.
Alright. Stuck in the back.
Alright, so let me get that hammer, chisel.
Behind you.
Oh. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start knocking off these tiles. Because I'm thinking maybe the reason why it doesn't want to move over is because these tiles won't allow me to lift up enough on this side, so it's just getting stuck.
Gotcha.
And we're gonna have to remove these anyway, so might as well. Start knocking. And I'm gonna try to save this. It's time to wake up, everybody.
Yep.
Time to wake up. So I'm gonna try to save this trim anyway. And then I'm gonna try to knock it out as evenly as possible. have to cut through this tile and everything. And if you guys didn't notice, this is a separate piece. I'll start knocking this off real quick. Some tricks for you. Grab another chisel or a flathead, and what you do is you just do them the opposite way. That's something I learned as a greenhorn on a fishing boat, which never happened. Alright, so since we're, like I said, since we're going to be cutting this counter, that's why I just want to just get most of it out of the way. This I'm going to sacrifice a cut because it's going to be just that much shorter anyway, but I do want to knock off these tiles. Seems like this will just come right up. We can use these tiles for something else another day, so I'm just giving it a good whack. Show you guys how easy this looks and how easy it's going. So that all set and done. The ones that want to come up. And this isn't even the sharpest chisel either. This one got, you know, chunks missing out of it. That one. Glue on. See, back when I was on the fishing boat as a greenhorn, down in the galley, we used to have to deal with all this nonsense. Nonsense, I tell you. We had dishes flying everywhere, and one time the captain was like, I reckon we're gonna need a bigger boat. Just knock those off. Cool. Cool. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to swipe this into the trash can, clean up as we go. You don't want to make that mess. And then I'll be right back as soon as we're ready to move the bottom piece over, or attempt to at least. Alright, so now I'm going to lift it up. See if it's screwed in up there.
between the wall and this thing in the back and see if it's screwed in anything. No?
I can't see anything.
Okay.
So I guess what I can do is just cut the counter and then just see what's holding it up. Yeah, I
Lift
can
this one more time?
lift it up. Wait.
It's the back left corner now.
Yeah, so there's something, I might as well just cut it, because if you come over here, let me show you guys. There's something right there holding it that it's still it was like glued in or something, so I don't know what's going on. It definitely wasn't screwed into the wall, but yeah. So I'm just gonna cut it, set the depth of the cut to whatever thickness this is, plus like a little bit more, and then just cut it off. So I'll do that now. Alright, so it looks like the depth of this is about 1.25 inches. So I'll cut it just a little bit thicker than that. I'll probably do, let me see, because there's quite a big gap. So, let's see, probably 1, 2, 3, so probably like a 1.3 inches maybe. I'm not sure. I forgot how to read that part, but yeah, whatever the third line is. Oh no, that's not even 1/4, so that would be 1 3/16 inches. Sorry, kind of brain farted. All right, cool. So yeah, I just bought this Ryobi saw. Didn't even take it out the box yet, Frank. So we're gonna test this product out. And this is the one that requires a battery, because why not, right? Whoopsie! No, you can't help with this, baby. No, I know.
Super sharp.
So this is the blade that comes with it. And then there should be an Allen key or something in the box. So that way we can take this off. Interesting. So I guess, interesting. All right, let me try to figure this out. Oh, here it is. They found a nifty way to start including them. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna need a pair of pliers or something to hold this. I don't know. I just use the grippy part on my glove. Unless there's a no, I don't know how to take that off without it turning. I don't know. That's really weird. Yeah. All right. See, we gotta put it in here and then try to figure that out. But yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. Okay, so on this Ryobi saw, you have to press this button to lock the where the blade goes in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. This turn to tighten that way, so this is a reverse thread. Okay. So that goes there. Take off this plastic. Bless you.
Thank you, baby.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the arrow here is telling me that it spins this way, so that means it has to spin like that. Because this arrow matches this arrow. That's how we know. Put that right back on. And turn lefty tighty on this one. Nice and snug. Put the tool back in the back of here. And I just want to show everybody which saw this is. One at a time. So, my 6 amp an hour battery on there. And then this is this one, the 18 volt 5 to 1/2 inch circular saw. Oh, 5.5 inch circular saw. I don't know why I read that way. And then depth of cut is up to 16 inches, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to read that. Fast cut's 4,700 RPM. Let me see if I can find the barcode. And that's the barcode. So, yeah, let me get my safety glasses and we'll get started. Alright, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the angle of attack right here is at 0. And then what I'm going to do is lift this up. And I just want to make sure that the blade goes just a wee bit lower than the actual counter. And the way we do that is we loosen this piece back here. And what we do is we'll just lift it up so that it just eats right beyond that. And I'd say right about there. That eats right beyond that. Tighten that nice and snug. So you can see that the tooth will just barely make it. I could probably lower that just a smidge. Say right about there. So the tooth eats right past that. And we could always make another pass. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I got my huge rigid vacuum that I've only used a handful of times. And I got Lennox, he's gonna help me. You ready?
Yeah.
You see all this dirt? I need you to help Papa clean it.
Yep.
Here, take this. Papa's gonna put on the vacuum, okay?
Yeah,
Don't get scared. Ready?
Yeah.
Do the floor?
Yeah, I want to use this one.
Yeah. All right, come on. Oh yeah.
Mommy, I'm done.
You do the floor?
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second, okay? Hold on. Here, let me take off the other piece. 1 second. Here you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Go. Push it in the hole. Take it off. Good, stand up. Stand up. That's it. There we go. There's the top of it. Look, right here. Here, I need your help. Go ahead. Look, right here. All right, good job. Good job.
You did it?
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, put this over here, okay? All right, so now we're gonna make our cut from this line all the way up. And start it off slow. So as you can see, it kind of went like a little off here. It's all good. So I'm gonna have to follow that with a deeper cut. I'm not a professional. because what I didn't account for was the tile and this thing resting on the tile. So it looks like I'm gonna have to just put that as far down as it'll go. Sweet. Alright, now I'm gonna knock this off with the hammer and the chisel. So this didn't cut all the way through here. So still didn't cut all the way through. So I'll just use my chisel. This top drawer, so cut into it. And there's like a little nick here. I could just chisel that out. Show you what that looks like right there. So now I should be able to rip out this chunk of countertop. I'm gonna have to do a cross cut that way, but in the back. All right, so it looks like the saw stopped right about there. So I'm gonna just do a cross cut first. I'm gonna see how deep this is gonna go, and that's quite deep. So I'm gonna lift this up. I just want it just beyond. So right there. Now I'll figure out how to cut the last bit of it. So it was getting caught on the wall. Let me try that again. So I'm gonna have to set it just a little deeper. So now I did bring my Sawzall and I did cut just a little bit in there, but not too worried about that right now. Because what I can do is I'll bring my Sawzall and I'll cut that really quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right.
Sorry, I ended up cutting into that back piece, but that's okay. It doesn't really affect the structural integrity of the piece because I still have to hammer this back on and yeah, get ready to move this piece over. So let's do that now. Good. Still stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another wedge in there. Crap. All right.
You got it?
Good. Pull that up real quick. Alright. Let's see, that's not so bad. Yeah, so that's not so bad at all. Got a couple pieces of wood. We'll vacuum off the floor over here. We gotta regrout some tiles. I mean, what's the worst that, you know, that's nothing. Right, so it looks like this piece was on top. Now we'll just hammer that in just for some structural integrity. Hold it right here. Granted, I could have put wood glue in there, but that would have been too easy. And I should have thought of that before. But it is what it is. We're gonna get these drawers vacuumed out. And then we're just gonna move that over after we shop vac this whole area out. Because there's like a lot of sawdust, knocked a few more tiles loose, stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get cleaned up and slide that into place.
Is that how far you want?
Right up to the edge. We might have to put it in sideways and slide it over sideways.
Yeah, just like that ledge on.
Slide back.
Make it shorter than your truck.
Well, not bad.
It's not good.
Jump. It's stuck on something. Oh, I forgot to say the word. LAPD!
Imagine when it goes through the wall. And
I know,
over.
Came out the front door like,
No. Hey.
oh, because there was another piece of wood up there. Give me that freaking chisel. I'm tired of this wood, man. We're gonna have to redo these tiles anyway. I'm tired of this wood, Frank. over here somewhere. Yeah, there's 2 more blocks of wood under there. Dang. Oh well. LAPD got the job done.
Yeah.
Whatever. Basura. It's garbage. And then. Hold on 1 second, everybody. You gonna plug it?
Yeah.
Give me the belt sander. Alright, sorry about that. The GoPro died, but basically what I did was I hammered the nails back in so that way I could hammer them into the side of the counter, and I know that this piece doesn't really match, so that's why I held on to the other pieces. I could bring that out to my table saw, measure this, and then cut it at a 45 and like wood glue it up or something like that. So cool. Life on a fishing boat was rough. As a greenhorn, I had to earn my respect. The galley's where I stayed. Just thought you guys should know that. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up for this. I'm gonna do one final measurement compared to the measurement of what the fridge is supposed to be. But if you can see here how much space we gained, it's like almost 10 inches, give or take. And for most people, that's a lot. That was an adult joke. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you're not gonna. So we're at about almost 44 inches, and then we got all the way to the ceiling, and then depth should be about right here. So if you give me a second, I'm gonna pull up my cell phone to see what the total dimensions of the fridge are. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but the height is 70.5 inches. The width is about 36 inches, and the depth is about 34 inches. So what we're gonna do is I'll bring you guys over here, and I'll show you guys exactly what we're working with. So height has to be 70.5 inches. We're not really worried about the height because I'll show you guys right now. It goes all the way up to the ceiling, and that's way higher. And 70 inches would have came probably about right here into this. So, but I'll show you guys just for craps and giggles. Yeah, so 70.5 inches is about right here on that. And then let's see, the width is 36. What we need, 36. let's see how much we gain. Let me just make sure you guys can see this. And can you bring the camera over here? So we needed 36 and we're at about 43 and a half. So we'll have a little bit of space there. And then the depth is 33.5. So 33.5 is here. So that means we exceed it. And so the reason why I cut a little extra off of the counter is just to make it easier. We could probably reach the light switch now for in the outlets on this side, but also when the doors swing open, because it's a double wide. Sorry, I forgot I had my light on. Because it's a double wide, I don't want the elbows of it to be rubbing. Also, we also have an outlet on this side, not an outlet, but a wall switch. So yeah, we have a wall switch on this side, so yeah. So now we're getting ready to make some lunch, and then I'm gonna run to Home Depot, grab the floor sander so we could do the edges, all the edges of all the rooms, make sure everything is pristine, clean, and then that way when I come in with the belt sander for the middle of the room, it'll just be peas and carrots, like nice and easy peasy. So I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where we're gonna start the floor. This took a lot longer than expected, but I didn't expect those corner pieces to be under there. So in all fairness, that was my mistake. I should have looked, but it's kind of hard to look when the whole thing is in the way. So whatever. So I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys smash that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.